in for a penny, in for a pound. Besides, they're all up on YouTube for free right now, and my budget could use a little relaxation after a summer of adventure. This installment into the Equestria Girls universe introduces us to Twilight's human double. Of course, in Equestria, Twilight studies magic, which isn't really an option in the human world. So the human Twilight studies science. What is the difference between magic and science, though? In the previous installment, Pony Twilight knows what apparatus to build in order to reopen the portal between the two worlds because of her extensive studies. When the human Twilight discovers equestrian magic at Canterlot High, she's able to sense and contain it with an electronic device. When Newton formulated his theory of universal gravitation, Leibniz called it an occult force and made other references to magical entities. For my part, the word I have difficulty with people throwing back at me is supernatural. There is a certain class of individual that will invoke that word when they are trying to dismiss a claim. But magic is another word for the same purpose. Arthur C. Clarke once said, "Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic." Within the My Little Pony franchise, magic seems to have a fairly technical sense to it. It is those things which are directed immediately by the will of a free being. The telekinetic activity of a unicorn's horn, the agricultural talent of an earth pony's hooves, the aerial acrobatics of a Pegasus's wings, etc. Within the technical fields, science refers to a process of observation, reflection, theory building by which new knowledge is built and tested. That would seem to me to include the magical studies of Twilight in Ponyville. When I have pressed people for a definition of magic or supernatural, there is a certain class of people that resist this effort. There is another class that will follow through with this. Sometimes, I end up agreeing that the resurrection is magical or that God is supernatural, based on their definition. Other times I disagree. If someone says that supernatural and magic are those things that are yet unexplained by the scientific process, then yes, the resurrection and God are magic and supernatural, and so are many medications for which the mechanism of action is unknown. If someone says that magic and supernatural are synonyms for fake and imaginary, then I disagree that the resurrection and God are imaginary and supernatural. This gets into a fact that many people seem to struggle with. Words don't come with pre-built meanings. No one is mining them out of the ground. We make words, and we assign them meanings. Discovering a species or a process often earns a researcher the right to assign the official name for it. This means that if someone else had discovered the element krypton, Superman's homeworld, which was named after the element, would have a different name. Nothing else about the noble gas would change, though. The series of vibrations in the air that we make to communicate about a thing are not intrinsic to the thing. Even though we all know this on some level, we seem to have an instinct that pushes against it and insists that the meaning of a word is just what it is, or something like that. I think we would all do well to resist that instinct.